Deep and down.
Shout out Hush Puppy.
One of the biggest. That's what I'm saying. From the pimping, now we going to the other underwear. We going underwear tonight, chat.
I first heard about Ramon Abbas when he was arrested. It was a pretty big international news story. He was arrested in Dubai, and he was very quickly extradited to the U.S.
Got his ass right back here quick.
Ramon Abbas, also known as
this is during the pandemic, huh?
Was responsible
I think it was like right after.
for a number of business email compromise scams.
BEC, shout out to the BEC boys, man.
They know what the nickname for this shit.
Getting it.
Following of millions of people.
He was popping it too hard, though.
Money actually came from.
Can we give him a little insight on BEC? No, that's too high.
Nah, that's too high. Yeah, we ain't gonna break it down. I mean, break it down, shit. You wanna break it down with it? Break it down. I understand what it is. So basically, like,
I just want to give a shout out to the BEC boys. Them BEC boys not bullshit.
So basically, they basically using fake emails, emailing businesses.
No.
Telling them like fake invoices.
Okay, you keep saying fake. How is it fake when the money coming in? It's not fake,
Bro, it's
basically,
fake, bro.
long story short, man, I don't want to just give up the shit. But the people already know what's going on if they own it. Like, boom, BEC. Long story short.
Kika. Shout out to Kika in the chat.
Long story short, it's like, okay, so you know when companies pay, like when they pay us to their customers,
Okay, yeah.
they pay them through email, right? So them boys are hacking into company emails, we'll do it right, and say, okay, this company finna pay this company. Obviously, it's with a DBA or the name. Bang, you'll get a DBA in that company name with the woo. Open up the business accounts, and all you doing is just submitting your business account info
For invoices.
Basically through the email.
And then accepting them yourself through the company.
So it's like when the company finna pay this company and they asking for the company payout.
You hacking their email and sending your shit.
You done already opened up a DBA or business account, and that name that they finna pay, you just submitting your routing account number, because that's how big companies pay.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to, do it like that. But
I don't know, man. Hey, we don't need to know nothing about that. We need to know legit.
I just know from my research. Like, I've been doing my research.
We don't even need to know nothing about that.
Hush Puppy.
There are ways to look at Hush Puppy.
Nah, I don't know nothing about mattresses. But putting people through them.
You can respect some of the things that
Nah.
did.
That was crazy.
In our current online social media ecosystem. One of the things people would ask me was, why did he post to Instagram? Like, he should have just kept a low profile. My answer ultimately
That's
was,
hard
why
when
he
you got
post
the
on
millions.
social media? I mean, he was doing it for the same reasons we all do it, to get some response from people, to feel his place in the world grow and be respected.
G for Gucci.
When you look
Hush
at
Puppy on the back of the Versace robe.
It's very
Come on, man.
simplistic.
Versace
Bubble
robe
bath.
so much. Then you getting your shit customized. Like, they already
How
know.
something like Hush Puppy exists in the modern world.
Come on, man. You can't be doing nothing grimy like this. Hush Puppy putting people through measures. Question mark.
Ramon grew up in a neighborhood of Lagos called Oron Shoki.
If he come
It's a
from the
bit of
trenches, though, you
hardscrabble
gotta, you feel me?
neighborhood. His father drove a taxi. His mother sold bread and other foods on the street. By his own account, he always looked to sort of the ritzier areas of Lagos as a kind of dreamer, and he wanted to have more for himself.
Today we have an exclusive inside look at the internet scam that has been sweeping this country, based out of Nigeria.
When the internet arrived,
Nigerians, I ain't gonna lie, they some of the best scammers in the world, though.
Places like
treacherous.
Ramon Abbas's
Them
neighborhood,
niggas don't give a
people would
fuck.
go down to the internet cafe, and one of the things that Nigerians discovered when they logged on was that
Nigerians, just
oftentimes
specifically,
there was
that's
sort of
crazy.
a reputation that preceded them online. They were already viewed as being scammers because of the 419 scams of the 80s and 90s, which were basically either phone or fax or letter scams. This coincided
That's
as
how
well
smart
with
they is, though,
more
like-
difficult economic times.
You gotta do it the
Them
right
niggas
way.
don't read. All you gotta do is read, bro.
And so
Sometimes
there was a
find a
community
loophole.
who sort of
That's what you gotta read.
embraced that label, who decided, okay, I will figure out how to make money online. I will figure out how to take advantage of people. And they're actually incredibly innovative.
It started, as it almost always does, with an email.
Don't put that on
There
my
was a
African
community
brothers, man.
of
Talking about they
young
incredibly
boys
innovative.
who became known as Yahoo Boys, based on the free email.
Yahoo
accounts.
Boys.
Talking about Yahoo Boys.
This type of scamming.
And they always just do whatever they doing and put boys in the end. Like,
I spoke to a criminologist in Nigeria, Adedeji, who he spent a lot of time with Yahoo Boys, and he actually lived for a time among them to study them, to understand their motivations, to understand their techniques,
you know their motivation.
to see what became of them over time, and he knew a lot of the same people in Ramon's circle.
I had a very good relationship with them because I saw them.
He was
as
getting money with
human
them.
beings. He was very popular in the slums, areas like Bariga, Ajegunle, Ijora.
We gotta go to Africa,
These
bro.
are places where
No,
you have a lot
Nigeria.
of young boys.
We gotta go to Nigeria,
who have,
Africa,
very
Lagos.
little life chances.
Oh, great, we did the reaction stream. Tori, she in Lagos right now.
Ramon Abbas. At that time, it was one of the very
Hush
smart
Puppy.
boys. He went very far.
Shout out
He met a lot of
Yahoo
people who
Boys.
could help him improve on the
Nah,
skills
real
of
deal.
cybercrime. Knowing that the kind of cybercrime we had in Nigeria in the early days was close to the 419, the letter scam.
He moved from Nigeria to Malaysia, and at the time in particular, there was
I
a
heard
sort of
about that.
exodus of Yahoo Boys from Nigeria to Malaysia.
Shit must be, the rules, the laws must be a little different in Malaysia. They might be getting off. You gotta watch Malaysia. That shit sound treacherous. They sound like they ready to get off on a nigga.
Shit, them Indians be scamming just as much as them damn
Bro,
Nigerians.
Indians, Africans, all that shit. Yeah, Indians, bro. You ever heard of a nigga scammer payback? Yeah, hack into their whole little system and be like watching them and calling their real name and all type of shit.
Lax that the Nigerian government was paying a little more attention
Blackmailing
at
and
that
shit.
time.
They
Also
telling them if they don't
because
stop, they gonna call the
there was
police.
More sophisticated internet
They be
architecture
shook. They be like looking at the
there,
cameras like,
how you could hide
how do you know this?
location
How do you know this?
that your requests were coming from.
Shout out to Scam Payback,
He
man.
moved closer to where he
Hush
could
Puppy
have
was
access
popping
to
it though. This
all
nigga was
of
the
the
biggest
tools.
nigga.
He
for-
wanted more information than what every other person had, and that was why he became what most of them did not become.
It seems like he was connected to several different flavors of scams, one of which was business email compromise, which is the most lucrative internet scam that exists.
You know,
Well,
they
today, one of
snatched
the
up
largest
Etiquette and them
scams
boys for
attacking
that,
end
30
users
of
is
them
called the
niggas.
business
Etiquette and they do
email
the runners.
compromise. The business
It's like the
email
biggest running nigga
compromise
out here. They
seems
just snatched
really,
them up.
really sophisticated. And during my career, I've dealt with hundreds of these incidents. The bad guys are able to compromise an email account of a business. Could be a small business, could be a large business, and it involves financial transactions.
You have a company, and
He free
the
now,
company
though.
is going
I wonder
to
what
be
he doing now.
targeted by the scammers. And
Just a
usually
badass
they'll
game.
research the company. They're trying to find
The right way.
person. And
I
what
know
they do
right way,
is
it's only one
a
way to
hacker
do it.
gets access to someone's email account. So usually middle manager or someone in the accounting department of a company. Once they're in the email, they don't actually do anything. They just sit there and they wait. And they watch the flow of email in and out. And when they see invoices, that's what they're looking for. When an invoice comes in, they might spoof the email of the sender of the invoice, mock up a fake invoice that looks exactly like the one that just came in, and then send a follow-up email saying, this was not the correct bank account information, this is the new
Right,
bank.
just
So
tell
if
you.
the financial department is not looking carefully, then they are prone to sending the money right out the door. That's essentially what BEC scams are. Someone asked for this money who's not the right person.
That's so
and you
easy.
sent them millions of dollars.
I just spent 20,000 on it.
I just spent 20,000.
Ramon
This shit was free money. That's why he was
picked up
fucking
the
it up.
handle Hush Puppy in, I think, 2012. But it was really when he got to Malaysia that he started posting photos, mostly of himself.
Fit pics every
It
day.
was a kid from Lagos on the rise. Here are the luxury brands that I'm now consuming. And he sort of started mixing that with a kind of self-help mantras and a sort of prosperity gospel, you know, the hustle. His followers started sort of ticking up over time. And then
That's really
Hush
what
Puppy
fucked
began
him. He
a
has 2 million
friendship
followers.
with
Yeah,
Momfa, who's
yeah.
a very, very well-known influencer in Nigeria. And
yeah,
Momfa lived in
Momfa.
Dubai. That seems like the time when he started to see that there was another level of opulence. There was another tier of lifestyle
Billionaires, hundreds
that
of
he
millions.
could be living. And so he packed up from Malaysia,
Dubai.
moved himself to Dubai.
That's when he really started
When he moved
popping.
to
When they went to
Dubai, he
Dubai.
really entered this world of truly high wealth individuals, which included obtaining a penthouse apartment, closets full of designer clothes, shelves of unopened sneakers that had only been made once, sneakers that had been made specifically for him, and a basement parking garage that was full of cars like Ferraris, Bentleys.
Well, that BEC
He sometimes
shit.
now
How many
flying
millions
on
was they
private
hitting for?
planes.
Fuck.
He's one of the guests of
Probably
honor.
300,
400. I think he got
Invited
caught
to big
for
events in Dubai, and so he's kind
But
of
that BEC
entered this
shit, I
upper
think they
crust
sending payments of
some of the
100,000
most wealthy
plus.
people in the world.
Every time you talk about the hush puppy, you need hush puppy do this, hush puppy do that. You talk about yourself.
The difference between us puppy
Like
and
2
the
million
other
a month,
Yahoo
damn near
boys
probably.
is the fact that he went international. Then he went to the social media to show off all of these things. But as for recklessness, they are all reckless. Even those who are not on the international scenes are also reckless. That's the way they live.
Just even they leave.
So Hush
Nigga
Puppy's
just can't help it,
37th birthday, it was all kind of, at that moment, it felt like it was really coming together for Hush Puppy. And he posted about that. He posted about how far he had come. While that birthday celebration was happening, the sort of seeds of Hush Puppy's downfall had already...
They watching all this shit.
Well, he made the cardinal sin in organized crime. He flaunted his wealth. He brought a lot of attention to himself. He made himself appear to
See,
be
now
a
he ain't got no
national
attention
hero.
on him.
But when you are
Dude,
out
run
there
it
and
up.
you are flaunting all of this information, there's so much open source intelligence that he was just providing about himself.
The FBI arrested a Canadian money launderer, and his name was Galeb Alamari. When they arrested Alamari, he had a phone on him in which there were contacts for Hush Puppy, and there were message exchanges with Hush Puppy. What they
It's
came to
always another
believe
nigga, huh?
was that Alamari and Hush Puppy were sort of part of a loosely networked group of people who were committing BEC scams and moving the money around the world. Oftentimes, there would be hackers who would hack into the email accounts, and the FBI later concluded these were North Korean state-sponsored hackers who had actually committed billions of dollars worth of crime around the world over the past 10 years. Alamari would connect up with Hush Puppy, ask him if he had any bank accounts, and when a big BE score was about to happen, Hush Puppy would provide a bank account that could receive millions of dollars that were about to be transferred out of a company.
What happened? Some bad people tried to hack me with sad affirmations.
Sad, Greg?
No. We're protected.
The crimes that they were accused of included the large-scale hacking of a bank in Malta for $13 million, a BEC scam on an American law firm for just under $1 million. The biggest one was an attempted BEC scam on 2 UK companies, both of which were for around $100 million.
Ooh, them boys was going for the big
and one of
whammy.
which was
Yeah, them
an
boys on
Premier League
bullshit.
football team.
The boys was going for the big whammy. They just couldn't help
In early
themselves.
June 8th,
100 mil?
Hush Puppy was asleep upstairs on the second floor of his apartment. There was a bang on the door, and then suddenly the apartment was full of people with guns. At first he thought they were victims of an armed robbery, but then it quickly turned out it was the Dubai SWAT team. And they had come in fully kitted up. They were ready for
On
war.
camera, they recording the shit
He
too.
was whisked onto a plane within, I think, 24 to 48 hours and sent to the US.
If you are to classify Hush Puppy, how would you classify it?
Busted.
I give a lot of
They
credit
hating
to
on them
the
in Erica,
FBI
damn.
agents who arrested Hush Puppy, but we are not going to arrest our way out of this problem. We took one bad guy off the streets, but how many more of them are out there?
Did his time, now he
I
home.
think even though we believe Mr. Abbas is a major player in this, he's only a bit player in the entire infrastructure of the complete organization.
He probably told on a couple niggas.
There are just so many actors and so many elements in these schemes, including organized crime in places like Russia and places like Brazil, that it's really, really hard to make a dent, I think, in the power of the BEC scam.
Can't get an update on what bro got going right now? Come on, Bloomberg, I gotta do a better interview than that.
To me, one of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad
for being involved in cybercrime without any evidence. And boom.
As most populous country, protesters accuse the now disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad, or SARS, of torture.
They've been notorious for extrajudicial killings and
they trying to get that money. Where that money at? They trying to rob you for that money. That's what they want.
And SARS in Nigeria was a big deal last year.
They just said HUSHPUPPI had 400 million. What the money y'all scamming for?
They
were trying to extort his ass.
That's what it probably wasn't go paying the extortion.
Yeah, he wasn't paying.
Cybercrime is